Okay, but
A little wardrobe change here.
really?
Yeah. She's a little cold this morning. So you feel better?
In your tacky white shirt?
Yeah.
Of course I do.
All right, good. All right, good. Hey, got some messages on Facebook. It looks really nice.
Thank you,
It looks
honey.
very nice. Here's a message. Why?
That's it? That's the whole thing?
It's not a message.
Oh,
It's a comment of some sort.
maybe it's a statement of taste, which means they have more than we do.
Did we go to the mountain cam yet? Because
I don't
it
think
is
we
a
have.
beautiful day out today. And I love it. There it is. Robert J. DeBry.
It is beautiful. Look at that. It's going to be highs in the lower 90s all weekend, finally. This is what we should have for Memorial Day weekend so that people weren't actually being killed up in the mountains, through hypothermia. But this is the weekend to go camping.
This is really nice. And speaking of fun things, I have something to tell you about
Tell me.
that I think is going to make everyone's day, especially if you live in Minnesota.
All right.
Vending machines.
Sure.
Let's go down the list. Soda. Snacks.
There's ones that will pop the corn light for you. There's ones that will make the pizza for
Makes
you.
a pizza for you.
There's ones that will make your cappuccino.
Right.
If you're getting really exotic, there are all kinds of different ones in Great Britain that will do everything from like cotton candy.
Right.
There was one
Right.
that will actually make the little Hitachi doll for you right there.
Right.
Like form it in the plastic and everything on it.
And then there's the ones we pull out and you can get stuffed toothbrushes and things like that. You see them at the airport.
Sure, everything.
There's now something new.
Okay.
And it's fantastic.
All right.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
There's a vending machine
Okay.
for meat.
Is this like those door-to-door meat salesmen who pull it out of their trunk of their car?
Is that No.
The trunk of their car.
Oh, okay. You pull the meat. No. There's a butcher. There's a butcher.
Can I see the picture again, Cameron?
He owns a place.
Okay, well, yeah, but see, that looks very reasonable to me. This is clearly a professional. You can see by the white coat. This is a man that has prepared meat. So does it come like
Okay, so here's the
cooked
deal.
like you can just
So
you
here's
can
the
buy
deal.
it
Here's the
like,
deal.
and it's cooked?
So far, all he has right now is prepackaged. So he's got hot dogs and he's got bacon and sausages, all this stuff. And within a couple of weeks, he is going to put out cuts of sirloin steak, cuts of
Nice.
ribeye, and all those different things. And you just buy them when the store is closed. You go by and do this, and you're thinking, that can't be safe. Yeah, it is, because it's got an alarm. He's got an app for it. If it gets too warm, it shuts it down, so no one can buy anything. If it gets too
Interesting.
cold, the heaters kick on. It's Minnesota.
This is true. That
So
can happen at any time.
During the winter, you actually have to keep the temperature up to 32 degrees, right?
Easy.
So anyway, meat.
Meat and the vending machine.
I think that's a great idea.
Well, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. You're going, I have a hankering for a ribeye. What else would you do?
Right?
This brings drunk food to a whole new level now. You realize that.
It really does.
Right, because seriously, it's usually at 1 o'clock in the morning where I'm starving. That's why you did your late night cooking series.
Right.
With things like franks and beans.
Right.
But ribeye, now that's a gourmet drunk food.
It is. But if you're that drunk, you're going to be trying to get meat out of an ATM or something. Where is the filet mignon button? Where is the button?
You get bonus points for that. That was good.
So speaking of eating
And drinking.
I don't think this comes as any surprise, but dietitian type people realize the bigger the plate, the more food you will put on it.
That's one of the reasons they suggest using smaller plates when you're dieting, so that the portions look more logical to you.
And when I was, I cook for large groups of people, and I remember one of the restaurants went out of the business that we knew, and so I bought those big plates, those big cool plates, like that, and everybody I know got fat.
You do cook for an army. It's true.
Well, now there's something new that they're concerned about. So what they're saying is smaller plates, right? Mm-hmm. And now they're talking about glasses. Let's say wine glasses.
Yeah.
Now, so you see there's two different sizes here. They did a study, and basically what they did is they went to museums, and they measured how large the wine glasses were back 200, 300 longer years ago.
Yeah, those were like tankards, though. They probably were gigantic,
no, they
right?
actually started off small.
Really?
Wine glasses were actually small. They were 2.2 ounces.
Huh.
So an ounce is a shot. So 2 shots and a half, and that was your glass of wine. So it would be like this deep. As glasses got larger, that larger glass that you saw is the larger serving, which is 15.2 ounces of wine.
2.2 to 15.2?
To 15. Now, gradually.
No wonder we're a nation of drunks. Are you kidding? That explains so much.
Over the period of time, they just kept getting bigger and bigger. And they did all these experiments. Oh, drinking in the lab. That'll go well. Give me a beaker. So then they had people come in and have a glass of wine. They sold them 3 different sizes, one at a time. And everyone went for the big one.
Interesting.
Increased like 30% sales.
We're Americans. Bigger the better.
No.
Americans. We are Americans.
We're Americans?
We're Americans. That's what we do.
So that's
bigger the better.
The tighter the sweater. That came from junior high. And I'm sorry I said it. Coming...
All right, let's go on to some small measure of maturity here on the morning stream, shall we? Because we've got Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. And, of course, that's brought to you by Columbus Travel. You can sign up for the weekly newsletter at columbusvacations.com. Lots of great last-minute details. Executive transportation is sweet. Escalade could be taking you to the airport, special night out, whatever. It's executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. This is the time you need something tuned up. And All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air is there for you at allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, what's going on today?
Good morning, Todd and Erin. Happy Friday, everyone. Here's what's making headlines on GephardtDaily.com. Police have revealed that 32-year-old Victor Perez, arrested in connection with a West Jordan shooting that happened Wednesday near Jordan Landing, is the same man wanted for last week's armed kidnapping of a woman in Salt Lake City on May 24th. Police say he kidnapped Samantha June Medina, who was found safe later that day. The West Jordan shooting that happened on Wednesday left 31-year-old victim Manuel Herrera in critical but stable condition. Perez was being held without bail Thursday on charges including felony attempted murder. Charges are still pending in the kidnapping incident. A 38-year-old Murray man died Thursday morning in a rush-hour traffic accident near American Fork. Joshua Robertson was traveling northbound on I-15 when he veered to the right, then overcorrected to the left and hit a pickup. Robertson, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was ejected and suffered fatal injuries. Police are investigating the possibility that road rage was a factor. And the weather this weekend is getting way too hot for this pasty British skin. Temps will climb to the mid-80s Friday, then soar even further to the mid-90s by Sunday. By Monday, it's freezing cold again at a chilly 85 degrees. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. More headlines 24/7 on GephardtDaily.com.
Thank you, Daisy.
Thank you very much.
While we're on the subject of thank yous, we should do the big thank you.
Oh, do you have the...
Christopher's Prime Steakhouse, dinner for 4, executive transportation takes you from your door in a limo to dinner, takes you back. Everything is a nice, relaxing night where you get to reconnect. And this week's winner is Susie G. Susie G, congratulations.
Thank you for watching and viewing and being with us and supporting us.
And actually knowing who this person is, I'm suspecting will be raising bail money. So congratulations and have a wonderful time, darling.
All right, so I don't want to do what I had to do again yesterday, which is I had to go down and get a gift certificate from Christopher's and drop the name off and everything.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, I'm
going to send someone because you go down, you park, you walk inside, and the place is gorgeous.
No, Melissa told us we could go down and eat. I want to just try the lobster corn.
I would have been there alone, Erin. And it feels so bad you're leaving with her.
It's like everybody else has got doggy bags.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's one of those places you need to go and sit down and eat. It's glorious. All right, so by the way, you can also enter to win by just liking the page. If you're watching us on Gephardt Approved, Gephardt Daily, or the Todd and Erin Facebook page, just like the page, comment on the show today, and share, and boom, you're entered for next week's drawing. It's that simple.
All right, I want everyone to clear your minds because I don't want to put that thing we were just talking about with this thing.
Okay.
So think of little kittens batting little yarn balls around, and then the puppies come in. Are you good? We clear? We're clear. Okay. You shouldn't pee in the pool.
I didn't know that was an option. My mother has told me no since the beginning of time. Who does that?
No mother says go pee in the pool.
No, they say don't pee in the pool.
Well, of course, because that's just common sense. Why would you pee in a pool?
Because people always do.
Yes, they do. And you know how dangerous it is?
And they say that's thousands of gallons. No one will ever know that I peed in the pool.
No, they know. Because...
You're going to tell us something horrible, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. It's going to be
right.
great. First of all, there's dozens and dozens of things that are in Create P that are in that your body's getting rid of, and some of those things can actually go in and have a reaction with the chlorine.
Okay.
Then you get different chemicals like chlorinates. You got that.
The chlorinates.
People think, oh, it's okay. There's also
Chlorinates.
uric acid, and that doesn't go well with stuff. Amino acids, bigger threat than that. So it's based on the calculations. Some people just pee in the pool evidently on a regular basis.
Why? You put your face in there. You put your face in the pool and swim.
All right, just want you to picture people swimming.
Oh, God, remember when you were a little kid and you would, like, take a mouth and go and spout it out? Oh, my.
Well, even now people come up and you know.
That was a mistake.
And then it blows their nose. That's one of my favorites. That's good. I'm never.
Are you
gonna go
guaranteeing that
swimming.
none of us are going to go in a pool again?
I don't even like hot tubs because it's like human.
No, those are worse.
Human soup.
No, that's a stew. That's much worse.
It's just horrific.
Yeah.
So even Michael Phelps admits that he pees in the pool.
I don't understand him. Why would he do that?
Gold medalist. Maybe that's what makes him go so fast.
He's trying to swim away from it. Don't touch the warm spot. Don't touch it.
Isn't that the worst thing? It's like, oh, there's a warm
Did
spot.
you really? I'm going to be kind of like vaguely nauseous for the rest of the day. Did you really have to bring this up today?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
That's disgusting.
So anyway, don't do it. And it depends on, it's not just a matter of chlorine and how much chlorine they put in. Doesn't matter. It does not going to change it. It's kind of like it's got to be, people have to be told, you have to be told not to pee in the pool because it's like secondhand smoke, right?
That actually is an argument people might buy, though.
Right, but because of public scrutiny and pressure, secondhand smoke was dangerous. They realized it was dangerous, and so people stopped smoking around other people who didn't smoke.
Do we need a shaming campaign? Is that what you're thinking? Some sort of vaguely shaming campaign where they would talk about the pee in the pool and then perhaps burn Michael Phelps in effigy or something?
Well, no, because they said that they have that chemical they can put in that turns purple if you pee in the pool.
They should be using that.
I've never seen that, and I think lifeguards can't watch it, but if you have 4 or 5 other spotters to keep an eye on people's faces and you see someone's face do this, that you know what they were doing, and then they could go arrest them.
You should talk about all Utah plumbing, heating, and air.
Speaking of plumbing,
myself.
Plumbing, you need help with plumbing, don't you? Toilets and such. I'm sorry. John knows about plumbing and all Utah plumbing, heating, and air right now. AC. He's got a great deal. I think it was like $69 to come out and get your AC going because it's going to be hot. Really nice people. The nice thing about them is they fix everything once. They fix it once, and they're really honest with you. If you don't need something, if you need something fixed, they fix. If you need something just adjusted, they'll just do that. They're really, really, really honest, and they pride themselves. And plus that, they can carry a toilet, one person at a time.
Well, there you go. All right, coming up next, if we can get Todd all of his hideous pool discoveries, we're going to tell you about the 50 things you should never say at the office. Ever.
Oh, we've already done that this morning.
Ever.
All right, next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And also by Columbus Travel. If you go to columbusvacations.com, you can sign up for a weekly newsletter that always has great last-minute deals on hotels, airfare, cruises, and more. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Aaron Morning Stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com.
That's the official Todd and Aaron Morning Stream drone, doing its droney thing.
It's very pretty, isn't it?
It's brought to you by Todd and Aaron.
The drone people.
Drone-rific.
That like drones. Okay.
Talking about an office, and we've done this. We've worked in different offices. This one's a lot more casual than other ones we've worked in. and expressions that people use that
You can always tell.
People are getting tired of.
No, you can tell when this happens though, is because it's usually like when you've had like a consultant come into town, or like you've had higher management and everyone gets all excited, so they start bringing out the cool phrases. And
We're
they
really
actually
glad.
did
By the way, we're really glad that Patrick's not here, because Patrick, what do you call what he does?
He's our news director. He's
no,
the big cheese.
as far as the way he talks.
He's a punster.
He's a punster.
A little bit.
He uses a lot of, not these, but a lot of phraseology things that are kind of funny.
Yeah, but he doesn't use any of these because these are nauseating
Right.
corporate structures.
All right, here we go.
And for instance, like, I'd like some blue sky thinking. Yeah, I mean, seriously, can you even hear the tone of your consultant or the upper management using the phrase on you?
Let's have an idea shower.
Ew, really? To action a project.
Joined up thinking.
This is the one, I don't understand why this hasn't been set on fire and buried in a field somewhere. Thinking outside the box.
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
How long has that one been nauseatingly used? And this one, singing from the same hymn sheet.
What?
I think we're all singing from the same hymn sheet now.
All right, kids, let's get out there. Oh,
What does that even mean?
Let's touch base with it and move on. So you have to do this with your hands.
Oh, yeah,
Move
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Just touch
small
base.
T-Rex.
T-Rex
small,
hands.
Little hands.
Yeah.
Little. Oh, and Run and I dip the flagpole, and this is the one
That's
that I always.
old.
The one. This is the phrase that is everywhere now. Results driven. We are results driven. Results driven.
This reminds me of the Utah license plate and their slogan on it.
Why?
Life elevated.
Yeah. Or it could mean many things. I'd like to get you back to the hit the ground running. Hit the ground running with this one. Or low hanging fruit.
Oh.
Low hanging fruit.
That's one.
Yeah. That one drives me nuts.
Haven't heard my worst one yet.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Okay. First of all, touch base. No. Singing the same hymn sheet. That is hilarious.
It's so stupid.
Except, Bob, yours is upside down. You're fired.
All right. What's your favorite?
Going forward. Action of the project. All right. Here it is.
Yes.
And every time I hear this, I want to do bad things to that person's car.
All right. Tell me.
All right. I talk about that, but that's above my pay grade. That is
Yeah.
the stupidest thing.
Really? What does that even mean?
That means I don't know that, and I'm not important
You know,
enough.
and sports metaphors are endless, and especially with guys. And I know that's probably just like because it goes from background of reference, but like, hey, all the bells and whistles are moving the goalposts or back of the net. It's like, yeah, okay, okay.
We had a boss who used
Every sports analogy.
Everything was a sports analogy, and he would apologize before he did it.
I can't help myself, but you know what's going here.
But you know when the kicker comes out on the field and he sees and he can't stop himself.
It really is adorable though to watch. I mean, it seriously is. It's sweet when he
You're
did
gonna
it,
tell
but
me something good?
This is a wonderful tell me something good. No, okay. I just want you to think about all of the stuff that you went through
Right.
when you were in college, and like you actually did shoot food. You shot like animals for food. You were that poor. You did.
Yeah, I did.
You did.
I did.
But you had a place to live. Security officers found a 19-year-old sleeping in a tent on a college campus. And this is incredible. The homeless student packs everything he owns into a pair of duffel bags. He would ride a 20-inch bicycle 6 hours in 100-degree heat to get to school. This reminds you of your dad's old stories, except for this really happened.
It was uphill both directions.
He was registered for his second semester at Gordon College in Barnesville, Georgia. He wanted to beat the other students into town before all the part-time jobs were taken, and he hadn't found anything yet. And
Right.
it was absolutely crucial. He had a scholarship, but it was crucial for him to be able to get a job so that he could pay for his living expenses.
Right.
He wants to be a doctor. He set up a tent to stay in the bushes on campus until the dorms would open in
Excuse me,
August.
he did what?
He set up a tent to stay in the bushes on campus until the dorms
Wow.
opened in August. He had one box of cereal to eat with until they found a job. Now, here's the deal. When the campus police officers found him and they heard his story, you're expecting they're going to run him off. This is against campus violation. This is campus violation.
Those are our bushes.
Leave. You're going to have to
Right.
come back. No. So this was amazing. They put him up for 2 nights in a motel, and then the college offered to let him move into his dorm room the following Monday because they went up to the administrator and they explained the situation. But that was just the beginning. When one of the police officers told the story to his wife, she shared it on social media, and the whole community started offering help. One person in particular was Casey Blaney. She sat him out at his motel room, and she went around town helping him seek employment and found a job for him. Now, she said, I've got you a job. It's just a dishwasher at a pizza parlor. And he goes, that is great. Thank you so much. I would love to do that. Well, he needed shorts and shirts for the job because it's insanely hot. It's in the kitchen.
And he has to wear it's a uniform.
Yeah, took him shopping.
Right.
And so then she set up a GoFundMe page for him called Success for Fred. Now, it's raised nearly $40,000 for the student by this morning.
And what's he
Which
gonna...
is all going to go to his higher education because he has a scholarship. If he maintains his straight A's, he's okay for undergrad. And then this is going to start paying for the next step of medical school.
That is amazing.
And thousands of donations for food and clothing, offers of free dental care and attorney fees set up in a trust fund to make sure that the money will definitely go to his education. He doesn't have to waste any of it. And he said, before my trip to school, I had been living in a tent 50 miles away. He said, but I knew that a college education would be my way out of homelessness. And he was homeless for most of high school. And he got straight A's and got the scholarship. And he said, I'm going to make sure that I make the very best of this opportunity.
You know what's cool about
17 years old, and this kid's biking 50 miles to live in the bushes just so he can be ready for his college campus.
But he started it. He started this. It wasn't just like they're going to pick someone and give him money.
Oh, yeah, no complaint,
Sleeping in the bushes.
Yeah.
Has his eye on the ball. I mean, he's ready.
He was ready for any job that they would be willing to let him have because he just wanted to get going.
That's so cool.
Isn't that amazing? And the thing that really haunts me is finding out later that he'd been homeless for most of high school.
Right.
And you think about yourself at 15 or 16 and what you did. And I had a job, but I got my own car, but that's pretty much the extent of my independence.
Well,
be living in the bushes,
right,
outside by your high school in a tent.
Well, he's set up now.
Education.
He's set up now for the rest of his life because they're allowing him to move forward and use his own.
In all the right ways.
Right.
You're right.
People are trying to sell towns, and I found the best one yet. We can all live together.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Aaron Morning Stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Aaron page.
Back to the Todd and Aaron Morning Stream. That's the Robert J. DeBry Mountain Camp. You can see this is going to be perfect weekend weather so you can camp. We're not going to freeze. When we go to the Pride Parade on Sunday, we're not going to have to bring like a blanket. It's going to be awesome.
So you went and talked. There's another theater performance coming up.
All right, this is pretty fun. Whenever you can get people who come into the studio here and they're already wearing a corset and full eye makeup, you're like, this is going to be a fun interview. We had 2 of the main leads from Cabaret. They're putting on the new production. It's going to be up in Ogden and then up in Park City. And they came in for an interview, and this is utterly fascinating. I did not know so much about this play, and they explained it all.
Everybody loves a winner, so nobody loved me.
First of all, let's introduce Kelly Tansey. You'll be playing Sally, of
will.
course. And then her oh-so-handsome accomplice, Josh Samuel Robinson.
Yes.
Now, you're going to be playing...
MC.
Thank you.
Just like it's spelled.
Like you think I would remember that since it's a fairly pivotal role. Sorry about that. Okay, now this is a very interesting play. It's also edgy. Even today, it's edgy as heck.
Oh, absolutely.
So when you both got the news that you were going to be in it, were you like, oh, this is awesome? Or was it like, how am I going to do this?
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, I'm just really excited for the show in general, as it's going to be one of my first leading roles the first leading role that I'll ever have. And I just knew that it's for me. It's for me.
This is it. This is what I must do.
This is the role. This is the role. And then, but she is already...
Yeah, I think for a lot of actresses, Sally Bowles is kind of a dream role that you have because she's so interesting and unique and really complex, and this is just like, this is one of those shows that when you get cast in, it's like, oh yeah, I get to do some real acting. This is exciting.
And it's true. That's the one thing that's so fun about this. There's some roles that are very low key and everything is very calm and repressed. But here, you can just blaze. I mean, you can be just as outrageous and as interesting as you want to be, right?
Totally. In fact, it's required. It's absolutely required. If you're not that, then you might as well go home.
But explain a little bit about Cabaret for people who may not be familiar with this, because this is like a pivotal, iconic stage show. But if they're not familiar with it, they may wonder, why are you wearing this delightful corset? And I know, and he's got a smaller waist than I do. I want to murder Josh right now. So go over the play a little bit.
Well, it's set in about 1932 Berlin, Germany. So if you have your little history books out, that will be right on the rise of the Nazi Party into the all that business. But it's telling it through the lens of the seedy underground nightclub life. So we are representatives of the seedy underground nightclub life. And Sally Bowles falls in love with Cliff Bradshaw, who is actually a real person who wrote a book called My Time in Berlin.
Yes.
Me in Berlin.
Interesting.
Yes. And so this is based on the experience of that book and his experience with the Berlin nightlife, which was just as outrageous as you might expect it. In fact, now is finally the time that we get to come back around to how dirty and seedy it actually ended up being in that time period.
Cabaret is starting this Friday at the Ziegfeld Theater, and you can go to zigarts.com, that's zigarts.com, to get tickets. Once again, you guys, thank you so much for coming. Kelly and Josh, the two pivotal characters of Cabaret.
That was pretty cool.
I know, isn't that amazing?
Very,
and they're
very
so
cool.
passionate about the play. I'm dying to see all of the music put together with that.
I cannot wait to show you this,
Tell me.
because you're going to freak out.
What?
All week long, and I don't know why, but there have been towns for sale. These abandoned towns all across the country. Yesterday we did one that was $3.5 million.
That was a little spendy for us, but there was another one that was only $1.5 million, and we figured if we all bought one of the houses, it would only be like $51,000 each to get the whole town.
So we're thinking. So I found something in the middle, because I was really looking for something, on the river. So,
nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Johnsonville, Connecticut. And this is going up for sale.
It's beautiful.
$1.9 million. But wait.
Wait, are you talking about the whole town?
Look, there's more.
Wow. So there was a big mill?
There's a caretaker and a security guard, Security. Those are the only two people that work there.
You're kidding. So there's a big mansion. That's probably where the rich, the baron guy who owned the mill was there, right?
Yeah. Nice picket fence. Look at this.
Look how pastoral it looks.
You get a nightlight.
That's
street.
special.
Look.
Ooh, look at the barns.
Right.
Very cool.
This is
They've got all those old-fashioned rock fences that they all built back then, because those poor farmers apparently had nothing else to do.
They had a lot of rocks.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Telling
gorgeous.
you could move
And
into
how much
this
is this again?
1.9.
I want it.
So you could go in with,
Ooh, you're right on the river. Look how perfect.
There's your food source, and your water, and your drinking, and your fishing.
This would be gorgeous.
That,
Covered
my friends,
bridge.
is a covered bridge.
They are so cool. I want this.
I know.
Why can't we have it?
I know. And look at the woodwork on that one.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, there has got to be a ghost in there somewhere.
So anyway, let's do the Pinterest thing that we were talking about.
Oh, you're talking about my Pinterest fail? No, I have enormous sympathy for this woman. I was actually going through Twitter, and this is how I found it. But for anyone who's been on Pinterest and you've seen everybody else's adorable mason jars and all the perfect things that they do, and then you put up something and people go, what the hell is that? Which is a little actual comment that I got on my pink camouflage cake. And she was right.
It wasn't camouflage.
It wasn't recognizable at all. But in any case...
I think when the top layer slid,
Yeah. In any case, so this is a very nice husband, but he watched his wife take these little cookies out for their kiddo's first birthday, and she'd been on Pinterest, and she'd worked really hard, and she came up with all these great ideas. And he looked at me and he goes, honey, those don't look like ones.
Of course they do.
Can you? Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
So this was up on Twitter, and it had already been shared 3 1.2 million times.
Happy birthday.
And so on the bright side, everyone knows about the kid's birthday, and that's good.
Yeah.
But he says his wife refuses to accept that these do not look like
something else.
Like the number one.
Yeah.
And he says, I don't want to offer these to my mother-in-law.
Oh, my gosh. Oh.
And in the time-honored tradition of Pinterest, all I want to say, sister, is nailed it!
All right, so the weekend coming up.
Pride weekend. This is a great time to go down to Washington Square. They have all of the booths. They have arts and crafts for kids, amazing music, food, everything.
Right. And so before we do this, we're Todd and Aaron morning stream at GephartDaily.com. And so we had some cameras down there.
Some of the best memories from last year.
Here you go.
I'm here because I'm proud of myself and I love myself.
It's gay pride. It's my people. It's what I do.
Today's about coming together and talking about what unites us, not what divides us.
Human rights and equal rights for all of us.
A way to celebrate community and a long-standing tradition of LGBT activists that have come before us.
Gender equality, sexual equality.
I'm just coming out as trans and bigender.
Straight ahead. Sexual freedom and just freedom for everybody. That's why we march.
Right here in Utah, we've had a few years of really tension in the community and pulling us apart, but there are so many forces that are also pulling us together.
We have a short life. Don't be so set in your ways. See another side of life. It's too short to hate some people and like others. We all should be included.